Okay, so good afternoon. We're going to present our final project for Mechatronics design. Our team is formed by Rigoberto Cibrián, Saúl Bermea, José Manuel, and Ángel Albarrán. Well, the agenda for this presentation is first, I'm going to make a little introduction for the project. Then I'm going to explain a little bit about the Gantt diagram and the quality function deployment. Then my classmate Manuel is going to present about the critical path, financial analysis, business case, and design for assembly. Rigo is then going to explain the design for manufacture and both simulations. And Saúl is going to talk about control, norms, and mechanical design. Finally, we're going to make a brief conclusion. Okay, so the purpose of this project is not just to design a SLA 3D printer from an engineering perspective, but also to take care of everything the design, manufacture, and commercialization of a brand new product needs, all the way from making the CAD in SolidWorks, performing simulations, and choosing the processes to determine the approximate cost and performing a complete financial analysis to determine whether this project is worth or not. Next, please. To fully understand the process of the project, a Gantt diagram was used to segment the different tasks in order to keep track of who makes which and how long each one should and must take to complete. The QFD is a complete analysis of the client requirements and complete specifications of the engineering solution to satisfy client requirements. It must include a benchmark with at least 2 different product competitors. As it can be observed, the project was designed with the intention to be competitive with 3D printers in the market. The main focus of our 3D printer is to be precise, that it prints fast, and that it has an aesthetic design. The last priority focus goes to it being silent, that it's easy to move and it can mass print. The priority was defined by comparing and understanding our objectives.
The Gantt diagram helps us to segment the tasks and understand which ones were the priorities. As it can be observed, the ones in red form the critical path, starting with the planning of tasks to the selection of the most important parts such as the motors, fans, LCD, to then choosing the power supply. There is some slack time with the other tasks. Nevertheless, all the following tasks are critical. The final tasks are final testing and delivery. To start a profitable business based off manufacture, distribution, and services for 3D printers, a complete and complex financial analysis is crucial. After understanding our cash inflows and outflows and our cost of capital and initial cost, we can arrive to certain values for the following. For the net present value, 108,389. The criteria says that if the NPV is greater than 0, the project is acceptable. For the internal rate of return, 47.48%, the criteria says that if the IRR is greater than the MARR of the cost of capital, again, the project is economically acceptable. To calculate the return of investment, the benefit of an investment is divided by the cost. The result is expressed as a percentage or ratio. It was expected to be around 10%. With this analysis, the break-even is in the year 3.67, which is acceptable for a project this big, considering the initial investment is of 100,000. Our business project consists in the development of 3D printers by doing all the manufacturing, assembling, and selling them through an e-commerce system. As well, it is intended to sell resin packages as well as offering tech support. The total parts for this project are of 144 parts, and the assembly time is calculated to be around 19.75 minutes. These numbers were obtained by doing a BOM and individually deciding the assembly time for each of the components.
For our printer, we manufacture 17 parts in which we use various types of processes, such as stamping for the holes in general shape, white bending for the 90 degrees angles, injection molding, CNC machining, and boring that is used to drill the holes on the aluminum parts. For example, for the piece of the base of the tank, which is made of 1060 aluminum alloy, we use a CNC machining to make the cuts to the aluminum block to get the shape, and then boring to make the 19 holes. Then to calculate the cost of the part made of aluminum, we assume that the cost of 1 kilogram costs between 2.2 and $3. So we choose an average of $2.5, and we added 30% of wastage. And we also assume that the hour of CNC cost around $125. Next, please. For the simulation, a static analysis was carried out on the part that is responsible for assembling the printer of the bed with the Z-axis. Later, we obtained the necessary calculations for the analysis. But for the calculations of the total sum, we neglect the mass of the fastener because that piece is the one to which the force will be applied in a certain place. Then we perform the analysis of the tension force, displacement, and unitary deformations. As can be seen in the simulation of the different type of test, the red areas in the material are minimum, and also the red color means that a good amount number of forces are concentrated in that part, and it could be a place that tend to deform. Finally, an elastic limit of 27.5 megapascals was obtained. So this means that without a doubt, our bracket will be capable of supporting the piece. Next, please. For our motion study, we created a movement analysis to our Z-axis of the 3D model of an NEMA 17, and a model of a cup was used. The weight of the 3D cup was obtained assuming the material of the resin was ABS. Then the software SolidWorks was able to calculate the weight. After that, we had to research how much of torque our NEMA had, and we found out that it was 1.4 newtons. Then we calculated the weight of plus the printing bed, and we got 1.46 kilograms, and we transformed that into force, and we got 14.38 newtons. Then we used that force to create a plot of time versus torque, and as can be seen in the graph, it presents a constant torque. Although if we zoom in the graph, we could see some variation of the torque, but at the end it will be minimum. So the weight of our figure will not cause any problem to our Z-axis. Next.
Okay. The main page is located at the center. The first button, Call Tools, allows to enter manual adjustments of the Z-axis. Test the screen as well as change the exposure temperature. The second button, Call System, allows to check the general information such as language, contact, and serial number of the 3D printer. The third button allows to process a file for 3D printing. Okay. The general norms. The machine must be designed and constructed so that operation by hand does not present a risk of electric shock. For our project, a change of the voltage setting or the nature of the field must not present a risk. The equipment should meet the requirements against mechanical hazards such as instability, failure during operation, unsuitable surfaces, edges, or corners, moving parts, among others. The machine must be ensured so that there is no risk of ignition from the electronic equipment, and the spread of fire must be controlled. Provisions may include temperature limiting devices, current limiting devices. The risk of ignition and the spread of flame within the equipment and to the outside must be reduced through the use of appropriate materials. The project's external cover is planned to be changed from wood to plastic to reduce ignition risks. At the device operating temperature, the leakage current must not be excessive and that the electric strength must be adequate. The two main aspects that can be taken into consideration are temperature of the surface in contact with the user. As mentioned, the external covers protect the users from the lead matrix, which is the only component whose temperature rises above the secure limit. Here are some 3D images from our project. We can see that the design is modern and very simplistic. Okay, here are exploded view of our project from two different views. It can be seen all the detail that we put in our design. Okay, and our personal conclusion. I think it was a great experience to make a detailed CAD design of a 3D printer, particularly because DLPs are relatively new technology for the DIY world.
Personally, being able to carry out this project seemed very interesting to me, since knowing the process of how to make a 3D printer is I think is a good experience to our professional lives.
Well, in my opinion, this project combines a ton of classes we have taken along the past 4 years and takes them to a new level. Developing this project was especially challenging because of the time. I think that taking this course in 4 months could be less stressful and maybe more enjoyable. Although it was a hard project, I learned a lot and practiced other skills that we all need outside the school.
The project was interesting, especially due to the professors having the expertise of owning a 3D printer related business. All the suggestions and work have its own importance and impact in the real world business development, and the activities and tasks felt like we were really developing a business project of manufacturing and selling 3D resin printers.
Yep, that's all. Thank you.